Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh boy, do I have a clip to show you guys today. Oh, the stuff that pops on my timeline sometimes is just too good to pass up. I just have to make a video on this. Like I always say, I get these clips that pop up and you might think, well, it's just a viral clip, whatever, who cares? Watch it, laugh, move on. There's not much more to it. That's what some people might think. But no, at least for me, I always see these clips and there's always a greater meta point that I think can be interpreted here. I got another clip of one of these Just Stop Oil protesters in Europe that I just gotta show you because I think really it exemplifies everything that's wrong with modern day activism and this attention-seeking nonsense that we're currently being subjected to with these activist youths. It's just all become such a frickin' farce. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so I got this clip that popped up on my timeline. It's got already over 3 million views. I told you it was going mega viral. This was posted by Wide Awake Media, who writes, French police swiftly unglue climate activists from the road. Do you think they were excessive in their actions?
Sur ma santé, on y va. Hop. Vous voyez, c'est pas trop collé, c'est du goudron. Ça colle pas, monsieur, c'est bon. Solide, hein. Ah, c'est super mal. Ah, t'es ouf. Ah, y'a rien. Ah. Faut arrêter le cinéma, monsieur.
And I gotta tell you, this clip of this French Just Stop Oil protesters gluing themselves, or should I say it seems to be pretending to glue themselves to the streets, well, it's just the perfect encapsulation of these modern leftist activist movements. It's all performance and no substance. I mean, it's obvious what's going on here, at least what I'm inferring from the clip. Their hands aren't really glued down to the pavement. I mean, we've seen a lot of these videos where people are actually cementing their hands down to the pavement. We've seen some serious heavy-duty glues where you're sitting back watching the clip and you're thinking, why would anybody do that to themselves? I mean, they might even lose their damn hand, or at the very least, they're gonna lose some skin. But in this case, I mean, just watching the officer effortlessly rip their hand off the ground, it's obvious they weren't using a great adhesive, or maybe the adhesive that they were using wasn't interacting with the concrete so well, and it seemed like the police officer understood and knew this, and so he was just popping their hands off the concrete. And as he's doing it, I mean, the first girl he pulls off, she had a little bit of a reaction, but then once he gets to the guy next to her, he pulls the hand off, and you can tell that there was no sign of struggle. I mean, it just popped right off. But then the guy being filmed leaps back and starts screeching in obvious fake pain. It's comedic gold, like a bad high school drama performance. Ah! He starts kicking his legs into the air. And the moment I saw this, instantly I had the inspiration for this video because it's the perfect encapsulation, like I said. This is exactly what modern activism has become. Narcissistic performance art masquerading as meaningful action. These aren't people who are there to make real change. These are people who are there for the moment. They want to be the next Greta Thunberg, the next David Hogg, basking in the glow of media attention and social media clout. I'm that infamous activist that everybody sees. I'm that infamous activist that everybody knows. And I think at this point, people are able to see right through it. You can see it for what it is. It's disingenuous crap. And it seems to me quite clearly that, this sort of thing is not working anymore. It seems like the era of the celebrity activist is slowly dying. And I think it's precisely because of stunts like this. Nobody takes these people seriously anymore. They're not solving problems. They're simply creating memes. They're not inspiring change. They're inspiring eye rolls and face palms. I mean, take this stunt for instance. What exactly did they accomplish? Did they stop oil production? Did they raise awareness in any meaningful way? No. All they did was inconvenience people trying to go about their day, and of course they made themselves look ridiculous in the process. And I think the officer's frustration essentially says it all. He's fed up, and so are the rest of us. The absurdity of pretending to be glued to the ground and then screeching in pain even though it's obvious that you didn't use the right adhesive, or it's not even really a strong adhesive to begin with, is peak activist theater, and it's perfectly symbolic of the left's performative antics. Lots of noise, but no real effort and zero results. And of course, it's not an isolated case. We've been covering all of this stuff over the last couple of years, and frankly, it's been some of the dumbest stuff I've covered. I mean, we all remember that one moment where these communist revolutionary activists were protesting outside of some corporate building, and their preferred method of communication was placing giant jugs of piss outside the office building. Maybe I can find that clip. I mean, I think it was like 2 years ago when I covered that, if I'm not mistaken. But what was the point of that? I mean, who sees a jug of urine being placed outside of a building and thinks, wow, now I'm inspired to change the world? It's nonsense. It's the same empty, attention-seeking nonsense as what we see with these people who sit in front of cars or glue their hands to the concrete. These people are not serious. They're jesters in a ridiculous movement that almost reads as parody these days. And honestly, it feels almost like self-parody. It all feels so counterintuitive and counterproductive. It feels almost as if these kinds of stunts do more to damage the very causes that these people claim to support. We're here to raise awareness for these extremely important near existential crises. Yet all they're doing is making complete fools of themselves and probably steering people away from supporting their causes. I mean, let's look at Black Lives Matter, for instance. Back in 2020, the organization could rally massive crowds. It was the era of the activist. They had all the cultural momentum in the world, but now it's all fallen apart. Just take a look at the latest Black Lives Matter protest in New York City over the Robert Brooks situation. They pulled 20 people in the street?
They can't stop the revolution!
You can't stop the revolution!
You can't stop the revolution!
Justice for
Robert Brooks!
justice for
Robert Brooks!
divest into the prisons, divest into those clothing brands, divest into those big corporations because they all feed into the same system.
A lot of cops out there for Times Square photo ops. They put them out there just so people take pictures of them.
The energy is gone because people saw through the charade. Black Lives Matter, the organization itself, the activist movement, was never focused on actually helping marginalized communities. No, quite the contrary. It was all about funneling money to elite activists who enriched themselves while doing next to nothing for the actual people that they claimed to represent. The money was going to Act Blue, not Akron, Ohio. It's not and never was Black Lives Matter. It was always buy lavish mansions. We all saw the Patrice Cancoolers scandal. We know where those donation dollars went. The public isn't stupid, and so it seems like people get it. It's all performative. And now it seems like we're seeing the total decline of these movements. It seems like they've burned through the goodwill of the people with their performative self-aggrandizement tactics. Like I said earlier, activism seems to have become a parody of itself, with these so-called activists essentially turning themselves into the town jesters of modern society. What used to be about making a difference is now just about getting likes on social media and chasing fleeting moments of fame. And honestly, I think people are just tired of it. They're tired of the noise. They're tired of being inconvenienced by attention seekers who contribute nothing of actual value. They're tired of being told that these ridiculous stunts are somehow noble or meaningful in some way when they're clearly not. The public wants real solutions, real leadership, real action, and of course, real conversation. Not activists fake gluing themselves on the streets and then pretending as if they're victims of police brutality. My head, I have been brutalized by the fascist state. I mean, who's buying this crap anymore? Just get off the damn streets. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.